Welcome back to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld, and we have an incredible show for you today with this amazing speaker. And I'm going to show you a little promo as soon as I can find it. Let me stop sharing. Anyway, hi guys. I'm going to go live now for a promo of Bruce Lipton in New York coming up August 3rd. So here we go. Alan Steinfeld of New Realities and Rabin of A Better World are very happy to be bringing world-renowned biologist, mystic, philosopher Bruce Lipton to New York Saturday, August 3rd for an epic Convergence of Science and Spirit masterclass. And the renowned songwriter, singer Kristen Hoffman will do the opening number for the event. Thanks, Kristen. On this show, I asked Bruce to tell me what the 6-hour workshop in New York will all be about.
You know what it's all about? Knowledge is power, but here's what makes it interesting. Knowledge of self, which turns into self-empowerment. To become the creator instead of the presumed victim is all this new science.
For tickets for the Bruce Lipton event in New York, August 3rd, go to www.abetterworld.net/events-2 or use the QR code. Right now, we have a great 2-for-1 special because we really want people there to see this work. Thank you. Okay.
That's
welcome,
awesome, Alan. That was awesome. I love that. You did a beautiful job. We want to let people know, actually, from the outset, that now, only as of a few days ago, we have this live streamed as well. So people who are living wherever, do you know where wherever is? Wherever people may be living, you can tune in. You don't have to come to New York. But if you're in the New York area, God knows you come and see Bruce Lipton live. But just go to our website and you'll.
Bruce, what did you think, Bruce, of that little promo?
Well, I went on half price apparently, so you get 2 for the price of 1. So I'm a bargain special now. But the point is very serious. Is that what I usually say? Look, if you're watching the news or you're surfing the web or just looking out your window, the world's in a state of chaos. This is not an accident. This is actually part of an evolutionary upheaval. And the idea is we need to move from where we are into another world. I'll tell you why. I'll give you a simple reason. Math is easy on this. Right now, scientists recognize it takes 1.6 planet Earth to provide the resources for today's civilization. 1.6 planets. I go, yeah, we have one. Where's the 0.6 coming from? And the answer, there is no 0.6. Point. Right. Simple. We are not sustainable. And the falling apart is being expressed in the chaos. And in chaos, people think is random. I say, no, what's happening is not random here. What's happening is an old system is collapsing and a new system is being born at this moment. So it's like a cocoon where the caterpillar comes in and comes out the butterfly. Today's civilization is a voracious eater like a caterpillar. We've eaten everything up. We're in a cocoon. The breakdown of the caterpillar and the building up of a new civilization is in process right now. And the problem is everybody's so caught up with the thing that's coming down. Nobody's paying attention. Is what are we building to get out of here?
So what do you say, Bruce, of what you think this new caterpillar is going to look like?
Not a new caterpillar. Caterpillar day, gone.
I'm sorry, the new butterfly, the new butterfly.
The new butterfly day is a recognition that each of us is a powerful creator. And if we work in harmony, then we can collectively change this world that is in a dire straits right now. We're facing our own extinction because we're destroying the environment, the web of life, and people don't recognize we came from the web of life. Exactly. If the web of life isn't here, we're not here either. And this is a wake-up call because we have been destroying systematically the environment. We've polluted the air, water, soil.
Yep.
Are you saying listening to your workshop in biology will help us remember we're part of the web of life? Is that what you're saying, Bruce?
Well, to own who we are in this web of life. But what happens is this: we have been disempowered. Meaning what? Listen, quantum physics is the most valid of all the sciences on this planet. There's no science with more truth. I go, so what relevance? Principle number one of quantum physics is consciousness is creating our material existence. And the point about it is if you change consciousness and you change the world, and it's a wake-up call. But our consciousness has been programmed to disempower us, meaning we are programmable. You know the movie The Matrix? Everybody's,
It's not a
science
movie.
fiction. I go, no, The Matrix is a documentary. I go, what do you mean? I say, what's the premise? Oh, we're all programmed. Well, that's a reality of biology. The first 7 years of your life, you are being programmed, and 95% of your life comes from that program. So the question is, are you leading the life you want to lead, or are you leading the life you've been programmed to lead? And the answer is, unfortunately, 95% of the day you are controlling your life with programs, and you're the one that can't see the program. What? I'm running my life with a program and I can't see it. I go, you know, there's a story I've told for 40 years. First of all, Mitchell and Alan, I want to really thank you guys because your vision and foresight is really helping us move all together. You are what I represent as cultural creatives, people who are seeking to get new answers because the answers in the box are the ones that are killing us.
Yeah.
We have to step outside. And for years, both of you have been on the forefront of opening up consciousness and getting us to really understand who we are. And I say, we've been programmed. I say, that's the nature of child development, first 7 years. The Jesuits have known this for 400 years, and they've told their followers, and nobody paid attention to what they said. Here's what they said: give me a child until it is 7, and I will show you the man. Well, let me give you the biology. The first 7 years is programming, and 95% of your life comes from those programs. Now, the monkey wrench in the system is you are playing programs and you are totally unaware that you're playing programs. I go, that doesn't make any sense. I go, it does when you understand this. The fact is, the conscious mind is the creative mind. That's the latest evolution of the brain. The subconscious mind, which is about 90% of the brain back here, is the equivalent of a hard drive. It's got programs in it. And the issue is you got these programs in the first 7 years of your life. Then I said, well, then how come I'm not controlling my life with my conscious mind? Because that's where wishes and desires come from. I go, well, the problem is this. Conscious mind can do two things. The conscious mind can look out the eyes like the windshield and see where you're going. And you're in the conscious mind, your eyes are open, looking at the world, and you're driving to where you want to go. But if you're thinking, I say, what happened? I say, well, the conscious mind in a thought is not looking out. A conscious mind in a thought is looking in. I say to my wonderful hosts here, I say, what are you doing tomorrow at 1 o'clock? And they go, I say, give them a half a minute and they're going to give you the answer. I said, where'd they get the answer from? It's not written. They went and had a thought. Well, the point is this: the conscious mind can either look out or the conscious mind can look in, but it can't do both at the same time. And it turns out 95% of the day is the amount of time we think. So if we're thinking 95% of the day, then by definition, the conscious mind is not paying attention. And the subconscious is using it. Well, those are programs, habits that we've learned, okay? You're driving the car. When you learned how to drive a car, you were very present. Everything, the out the window, the mirrors, the sound of the engine, the pedals, everything. Today you drive the car, it's like, oh, I'm thinking I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get this while you're driving. I go, well, wait, if you're thinking about where you're going, then you're not looking at where you're going. I go, yeah, but then you're still driving. I go, subconscious is autopilot. When you're on the subconscious, the program is running while you're not paying attention. And 95% of the day is the amount of time we're thinking. So let me conclude with this so I can give you a point, and that is this. You have a friend and you know your friend's behavior very well, and you happen to know your friend's parent. And one day you see your friend has the exact same behavior as the parent. So you got to tell him, you go, hey, Bill, you're just like your dad. Back away from Bill, because you know what's he's going to say. He's going to say, how can you compare me to my dad? I'm nothing like my dad. And I go, but everybody else can see that Bill's behaving like his dad. Who can't see it? And I go, Bill. I go, why not? And here's the reason.
Yeah.
When Bill is thinking, he's playing the automatic program that he downloaded from his dad in the first 7 years. I say, so what's the point? I say, well, everybody else can see the behavior that Bill's expressing except for Bill. Why? Because he's thinking, he's not even paying attention. So this is our life 95% of the time. We have great wishes and desires in the conscious mind, and the subconscious mind got programs that we downloaded from other people, mom, dad, family, community. We downloaded their behavior. The question is, does their behavior, the ones we downloaded from others, do they answer your wishes and desires? And I go, probably not. And so
Probably not.
95% of the day, you're playing these programs that are not you at all. And you can't see it. And I go, that is the monkey wrench. And I go, what do you mean? You're playing behaviors that you can't see, and the world's responding to your behaviors. And you're thinking, well, I want to be successful, conscious mind wish, okay? And then it's not working. And that, I look at the world and say, oh, that person interfered, and that person interfered, etc., without recognizing we were the ones that were leading off with the program of disempowerment. 60% of the programs you downloaded by age 7, totally disempowering. One last thing, let's go back to the movie The Matrix. And I go, yeah, everybody's programmed. That's the premise. I go, that's a reality. And in the movie, they offer something called the red pill. And when you take the red pill, you get out of the program. And I want everybody to know out there, almost every one of you have taken that red pill at least once, and your life changed in 24 hours. I go, when was that? Science has recognized when you fall in love, you stop thinking and you stay present. I go, what's the point? Well, if you're not thinking, then your conscious mind, the creative mind, that's in charge. And I say, so what happens when you fall in love and you stop thinking? You created what's called the honeymoon. You felt your life was blah, 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 blah. You fell in love. 24 hours later, it's like, oh, life is so beautiful. Everything is so wonderful. You went from blah, blah, blah to 24 hours later, heaven on earth. I go, because science has recognized the moment you fell in love, you stop thinking. And when you're not thinking, then the conscious creative mind is in charge and the subconscious is hiding in the back. And I go, so what's the point? I said, well, the conscious creative mind has the wishes and desires. What do you think the honeymoon is? Wishes and desires manifest. And I go, and then how come the honeymoon disappeared? Aha! Because at some point you start thinking. And when you start thinking, then the behavior comes from the program. But the program is not you. The program is downloading. So bottom line, give you the last thing. My example. I was programming myself unknowingly in the first 7 years, watching my father, because that was my model, my role model.
Of course.
But my mother and father had a dysfunctional relationship. So what do you think I downloaded? Dysfunctional relationship. But I didn't know that was a program. And I go, so what was the point? I couldn't get into a relationship for over 40 years. Because once I got into that relationship and my father's programming started to manifest, people ran away from me. And it was like, oh my God, what did I do? I found out about the programming because of feedback from other people. I said, wait, let's change that program. And I changed the program. And here's a guy who couldn't get a relationship off the ground for over 40 years. He writes a book called The Honeymoon Effect. I go, what is it? It's how you went from blah, blah, blah to heaven on earth. And if you understand how that happened, you can have heaven on earth every day of your life. And I'm experiencing the process right now. I've only been in the honeymoon effect 28 years in a row. I wake up every day going, I'm still here.
Thank you, God.
I love my planet. I love my boy chick friends, Alan and Mitchell. I love my life. I love my world. And I go, this was
Sure.
not my life for over 40 years. And I want people to understand the new biology reveals how this difference between conscious creative mind is overtaken by the subconscious programming. And when you get this understanding, you have the power back to be the
Yeah.
creator and
Bruce,
take control. Yes, my friend.
want to ask you, there's a lot of implication in what you're saying, going from the subconscious autopilot, second nature, so to speak, to being conscious and forward thinking, what that butterfly is going to look like.
Yes.
Would you say that in our upcoming event, August 3rd in New York City, you're going to be speaking a little bit about the coloration and texture of that butterfly?
This is what the most important part is. When can we wake up to who we are as creators, as quantum physics
Exactly.
recognize? And there are two things that I present scientific information on. One of them is called epigenetics. I go, what epigenetics? What's that? It's a new science.
You're
It's
the
a
father of
revolution.
it. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not old, so I'd rather be the brother of
You're a
it.
young father.
But the point about it is this: we have been programmed to believe that genes control our life. And I said, what does that program really mean? I go, well, as far as you know, you didn't pick the genes you came with. If you don't like the characteristics, you can't change those genes. And add that genes turn on and off by themselves. I was walking down the street and the cancer gene turned on and I got cancer. I go, we have programmed you to believe that you're a victim of your heredity. What's running in your family is something in your future. This is 100% false, but it works out that way when you have no conscious awareness of what's happening. And that is this: it's not genes that are passed from parent to child, it's behavioral programming that's passed.
Hmm.
And behavioral programming is the new science, epigenetics, which means epi means above. Skin, epidermis means
Exactly.
skin, epi above. Epi is above. Skin, epi above dermis. Yeah, right below the skin is a layer called dermis. Skin is above it, epi. So when
Exactly.
I say the new science, epigenetic control, the definition is control epi control above the genes.
Above and beyond from the ancient Greek.
And the issue about all that right now is simply this: we are controlling our genetics without us even knowing about it. And if you don't know about it and your programming takes you away from success, then you will program disease. I'll give you a little simple one just because I'd like to stir things up here.
Good.
There's not one gene that causes cancer. There's
Oh
no
my
gene.
God, don't tell us this.
The whole world is like, oh my God, I got a cancer gene. I go, genes do not cause cancer. It's lifestyle that causes cancer.
Hmm.
So half the women with a BRCA breast cancer gene never get the cancer. I go,
Keep
well,
your
what if they have
breasts,
the
sweet
gene?
ladies. Keep your breasts.
Please do. Don't follow Angelina Jolie. That was the
Do
wrong
not.
thing to do. The idea is cancer is living out of harmony, and disharmony is the cause of dis-ease. And this is what we're going to address. That's number one. And number two is we've let go of the belief of the invisible field around us, the energy around us. And I go,
Yep.
everything quantum physics reveals, everything is energy. Now that's a great story because it's
Thank
like
you, Einstein.
everyone thinks, oh, everything's made out of matter. And I go,
What's the matter?
it's inside that matter. Take the atom apart, take it down to the fundamental pieces.
Right.
It's no physical thing. An atom is made out of energy. Oh,
Exactly.
and
You
if an
got a
atom
lot of
is made out of energy,
photons.
everything made out of atoms is energy. And I go, yep, the
Yep.
universe is made out of energy. And consciousness is a form of that energy. And consciousness is what is organizing our personal life experiences. This is not like new agey. No,
No, this is physics.
right. There's the most prestigious scientific journal in the world is Nature. Okay. A journal printed in England. I
Sure.
go, so what? There was an article in there from a physicist from Johns Hopkins by the name of Richard Conn Henry. The article is entitled The Mental Universe. I say, so what? I said, you don't even have to read the article. All you have to do is read the last sentence. I go, what's the sentence? It says, the universe is immaterial. Well, that means it's made out of energy. The universe is immaterial. It's mental and spiritual. Live and enjoy. I go, oh my God, a scientific journal that recognizes.
Oh my God, I've got to see that article. Alan, have you seen that article?
Who's the author of the article?
Richard
Conn Henry, Conn, middle name.
We're going to get our hands on that. Alan, do you have any questions or comments you want to make?
I do have a question, Bruce, because you said in the interview we did before that we're at a crucial time. We have to say we have 2 decades left to save the planet. So we're working on our individual self. But what you also mentioned in a way previous interview is the synergy of awareness. When people come together, they form this super organism. So it's the super organism that's really going to save the garden of the earth. So how do we go? Okay, I'm working on myself to working on you and bringing the whole conscious field together. How do we do that, Bruce?
Well, the first thing you have to recognize, you have to be recognized. You've been programmed in the first 7 years, and your programming was created by the brain was in a state of hypnosis through age 7. I go, what do you mean? I say, as a child under 7, what you see is downloaded as a program. Okay. Now the point about this is those programs then run 95% of the time. Now, the idea about this is, what if you could rewrite the program? And the answer is, well, you can rewrite the program, but you have to understand how to activate it. It's sort of like, think about it this way. The subconscious with the programs is the hard drive. And it's the same as the hard drive in your computer. And I go, so what? I say, well, you want to change your program? I say, talk to your computer for a while. Come on, computer, change the program. Change it. I say, it'll never change. I go, why? You can change the program, but there's a process to change the program. And I go, our programs are controlling our life. And if you understand the process, you can rewrite the program. If you don't understand the process, it is the most frustrating thing in the world, because you can see it's not working and you want it to work, and it doesn't seem to change. So let me give you the audience here. Audience, here's an important point. Yes, you've been programmed. Yes, 95% of your life is a program. Do you personally know what the programs are? I go, no. I say, why not? I say, well, you were being programmed 3 months before you were born. You want to tell me what the program was? Oh, you don't know that. Oh, wait, you were programmed a whole year from 0 to 1. Tell me the program you got. Yep. No, you weren't there consciously. You were programmed from another whole year from 1 to 2. Tell me the program you got when you were 1. It's like, I wasn't there. So here's the big problem. At this moment, if I ask you what your basic programs of life are, you go, I don't know. I wasn't there during the programming period. I go, okay, so now I'm going to help you. Oh, you know why? Because we now recognize 95% of your life is coming from the program. Your life is a printout of your subconscious programs. Yep. I go, so if you look at your life, you can determine your program. So I go, here's your answer. Bottom line. Yep. The things you like that come into your life, they come in because you have a program to admit those things into your life. But now there's the one. The things you want, but you struggle for, you work hard for it. I'm working real hard. I'm putting a lot of effort. I'm sweating. I'm going to make this. I'm working. And I go, for that, whatever it was you were working for, why are you working so hard for it? And the beautiful answer is, whatever that destination you want, and you're not getting there, and you're working and putting a lot of effort into it, why are you not getting there? And the answer is because your subconscious program doesn't support that outcome, whether it's relationships, whether it's your ability to have a job, whether it's your health. If you're suffering from these things and you're working so hard to overcome them, it's not because the universe won't give it to you. It's because that invisible 95% of the day program that you are playing and you can't see it is sabotaging you. And if you change the program, then you become the creator with what you want. Did I change the program? Yeah. I couldn't get a relationship off the ground. Now, 28 years in a row, I wake up going, hey, man, I'm still here in a beautiful world and loving it. Oh, a beautiful world. I could ask my dear friend Mitchell, tell me about a beautiful world, and he'll have a show to tell you about that.
Exactly. That's why I named it, to help me get there, you know. But, thank you, Bruce. That's just beautiful. I'd like to go back to Alan's good question there, because I have a feeling that the inner work that Bruce is proposing to us all, of looking at, re-examining, and then really, in effect, rewiring, reprogramming our brain so our mind gets the message to be more aligned with our conscious desires, Alan. There's a quantum field that is
Well,
in
that's what we're
action.
dealing with, the quantum field,
Exactly.
right, Bruce? How do we
Exactly.
influence the field?
Let's do the help of.
That's
I wanna
right.
help
That's why I
somebody.
wanted to bring this up.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bruce.
let's a definition of the word field. Here it is. Listen, definition of the word field: invisible moving forces that influence the physical world.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Now you ready?
Beautiful.
Let's
Yeah.
define spirit. Spirit, invisible moving forces that influence
Influencing the physical world.
This is why
Yeah.
quantum physics acknowledges spirit, because quantum physics recognizes
Yeah.
the invisible energy is what's shaping our life. Whether you want to use the word field or you want to use the
Or
word spirit, is the same
Beautiful.
thing. And so the idea about it is, this is why quantum physics in the Journal of Science
Yeah.
says it's based on the mind and spirituality. And
He actually uses that word in nature.
in
He
the
used the
journal,
word spiritual.
the last sentence of the article: the universe is immaterial, it's mental and spiritual. Live and enjoy. This is a
That's
revolution.
awesome.
This is a revolution
Yeah.
because it acknowledges the
You're
role
right.
of the invisible world that we haven't paid attention to, and it costs us dearly because
Yeah.
it's. Let me give an Einstein quote. I love Albert. Here's Albert's quote: "The field is the sole governing agency of matter." I go,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
that? What does that mean? The invisible field is what's governing what we perceive as matter. If you change the field, you change the expression of matter. This is what the new science epigenetics is about. It's your consciousness, your mentality, and your spirituality
Yeah.
that ultimately controls your genetics. And all of a sudden it's like, then I'm not a victim of my genes. I say, no, you're a victim of anything. It's your consciousness, which you
So you're
download.
going to but Bruce, you're going to help us change. You're going to actually show us practical tools in August 3rd in New
Well,
York
I'm going to
to
explain
change.
how it works, okay?
And
And
you're going to help us,
well,
right?
I'll give you an
He's gonna
example
help
of
us,
it.
all right.
I'll give you for sure an example of how it
Yeah.
works. But the point about it is, I provide the science. You go, so what's the science? I say the science is mechanisms of the universe. How does the universe work? How are
Right.
you, as a member of the universe, adjusting your own experience of that universe? You are the creator. And people don't want to say that, because when they look at their life and it's not working, they go, it's not
Oi,
me. It's
what did I
those
create?
people. But,
Right. What did I create?
and
But
there's a word. There's
Bruce
a
is
word.
implying, if I may just say, Bruce is implying the solutions, Alan, to in everything he's saying. So through his explanation of the relationship of matter and spirit, we're getting the gist of what we need to do in order to change our
Yeah.
own personal lives and that of the
But,
planets.
but he has some
Let- let-
secret weapons.
Alan, let me add this. Knowledge is power. That has been a truism forever. Now, what's really interesting about this is that, let me say the same thing in a different way. A lack of knowledge is a lack of power. You
Mhm.
don't know about genetics with the belief that you're a victim, which is wrong, has made you lose your power. If you understand the nature of genetics in the form of epigenetics, that's where your brain and consciousness are controlling your genetics. If you get your brain in harmony, then your biology is in harmony. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So the two main things are A, epigenetics, consciousness controlling your genes and your behavior, and quantum physics. It's the invisible energy, which is called consciousness, which shapes your biological expression on this planet. Change your consciousness and you change your genetics and your behavior. And then all of a sudden it said, well, then you're the creator. And I go, aha, this is the point.
Bingo.
But there's a word that we have to whisper it because people don't want to hear the word. So I'm going to whisper it, okay? Responsibility. Huh?
Oh.
Wait, we're responsible for our lives? I go, 100%. And yet we have always learned it's the other people that mess me up. It's like, no, you're our creator. You are a creator. And the problem is, if you don't own the bad as part of your creation, you can't get to the good because you're the one that started it. So this is where we're going. And why I'm doing it is through science. And I got to add this right now because science is getting a bad rap. Oh, science did this and science did the bad things here. I go, no. Listen to this. Science does not make a product. A scientist offers wisdom, insight, understanding. Technology takes the wisdom and tries to make a product. The pharmaceutical company is not science. The pharmaceutical company is technology. That the point about it is what? If things aren't working right because we apply the science through a technology and the technology is not good, then you blame the science. I go, stop. Science didn't make the technology. Science gave the wisdom. And so I'm going to offer the wisdom of science. And then you're going to have to distinguish that technology is what takes us away from that. Manipulation of technology is a manipulation of you. You have lost your power. You have lost your power because you believe you are a victim. And the idea is if you believe you're a victim and consciousness is controlling your life, then you become a victim.
So
this,
for
So
6 hours,
this is getting too good, Alan and Bruce.
Well, yeah,
I just want to
I
save
don't want to give all of it away, but
of the wisdom for our event coming
wait, I
up.
just want to ask Bruce
Alan,
to wrap
go.
it up in the sense that 6 hours, Bruce.
Yeah.
We'll be I'm choked up. We'll be processing these things, and what will we leave the event with when we finish?
Knowledge. And what's not knowledge just in general. You ready? Knowledge is power, but what we're offering in the program is knowledge of self, which turns into what? Self-empowerment. I'm offering information on how you control your life. I'm offering information. How did you create a honeymoon when your life was blah, 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 and then 24 hours later, you're in a honeymoon? Well, if you can understand that, then guess what? A honeymoon is not a temporary reality. A honeymoon is every day. I always like to joke. A honeymoon is every day of your stinking life. Yeah.
A beautiful life.
I know it. I'm living a beautiful life. I'm my own poster child. Why? I didn't have this life. But the science, the cells were my teacher, cell biology.
Exactly.
I was cloning stem cells in 1967. There was only a handful of us in the whole world that even knew what a stem cell was. And I was working on cloning them, which is a story I'm going to present.
Sure.
To show you the fate of the stem cell is not in the genetics. The fate of the stem cell is the environment in which the cells are living. And I go,
beautiful.
Aha. I go, why is that important? Your cells are in your body. There's an environment in there. And I say, what controls that environment? I say, the brain. I say, well, how does it do it? The brain makes chemistry into the blood. It's the chemistry in the blood that engages the genetics. If your brain is thinking you can't do it, then the chemistry is, I can't do it, and it won't work. And most of the programming is, who do you think you are? I can tell you who you are. You are a powerful creator. And you go, but look at my life. It sucks. I go, hey, if you don't know
Learn how to create, man.
That's right. If you don't know how to drive a vehicle, If you
Come
can't
to
Right.
drive a
our
vehicle,
event
you're-
and learn how to create.
that's
No.
it.
Whatever it is that you have is your creation. Take responsibility. That is such a key word.
Oh, well, you say that responsibility so loud. Okay, but the point about it is, how can you be responsible if you don't have knowledge of how it works? And that's the basic line. How can you drive a
Exactly.
car if you've never been in a car and I give you the key and I say, go drive the car? You've never been in it? That car is doomed.
Not going to go well. It is not
gonna
going to
go
go
well.
well. Listen,
And,
Bruce, we
yes.
want you to store up more of your beautiful vitality and brilliance and bring it to New York, where you haven't been in almost 10 years,
Yeah.
to
This was an
educate our
appetizer,
community.
Bruce.
Right.
This was just an appetizer for the New York audience. We
Appetizer.
don't want to give them the whole meal.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
so the bottom
More
line
to
is
come,
bottom
everybody.
line is simple. The bottom line
Yeah.
is simple. You see the world in a state of chaos. People are scared because the world they know is falling apart. I need to tell them what's going on. There's evolution going on here. We cannot sustain the world the way we're living, so the only thing we have a choice of is to live in a different way. And to do that, we have to recognize that the civilization we're in right now is actually causing the extinction, and that to survive, we have to let go of that situation and create a new civilization. Buckminster Fuller, the futurist, told us the answer. He said, don't go in and try and change the old system. Step outside and create a new
New
system,
one.
and people will come there. Well, my trip to New York, back to the fertile ground of my origins,
Yes.
is to bring you the new picture, the new evolution. And when you understand that, then you can let go of the falling apart, because if you hold on to the one that's falling apart, you too will fall apart. The way to survive is let it go, join the new community.
Great
And
point.
the program that we present, and I want to thank both Mitchell and Alan for helping me bring this program to New York, because you guys are those cultural creatives looking for answers. Well, thanks for inviting me, because I do have some answers, and I have answers
Absolutely.
for everyone in the
We
audience.
know you do, and that's why we wanted you to come. We
I'm gonna
invite
be there.
you to
And-
our party.
And accompanying me is one of the most beautiful songbirds on this planet, Kristen
Oh
Hoff.
boy.
She
Oh,
is so
yes.
beautiful. I'll go to my own talk just to hear Kristen.
Well, she
Kristen
is
will
a
be
fan.
opening it and closing the event, folks. So
I just want to tell people this is how you get tickets there. You could scan
Beautiful.
the QR code, or you can just go to the website. See Bruce. It's August 3rd, 2024, Saturday afternoon. 6 hours of wisdom. So you go from ignorance to taking
To bliss.
responsibility, creating a honeymoon for
Ignorance
yourself.
to bliss. And let's remind
bliss.
everybody also, Alan and Bruce,
Yeah.
that people from anywhere, even though we want you to travel from anywhere, if you cannot get to New York for this event in person, which is where so much of the juice is, you can still tune in by live stream at that same link that Alan just
It's
put
not
up.
as good as seeing Bruce in person, because
No.
he radiates the field. So, you know.
Exactly. He's such a boy chick. I mean, you know, you want to be there. But
Bruce, thanks for your. I know
Thank you,
you're a
Bruce.
very busy guy, and you
you
know,
really
I'm
are,
having-
for good reason. For good
I'm
You're
reason.
having
a
what?
wonderful life. I'm having a wonderful life, and it's no accident, because I know where I made a change. I know how I
Yeah.
made a change, and the two previous life, current life is like, wow, two different the same lifetime. And I want everybody out there to understand, because if everybody's living the honeymoon effect, then the world is really what it turns out to be, heaven on
honeymoon.
earth. And
That's
people
right.
think you die and go to heaven. I say, oh, you wasted the entire trip. This is where you came here to.
Bruce, you know that for years I ran a group in New York called the Heaven on Earth Group. And it was exactly to take these some of your ideas, because you've been such a mentor to me for so many years.
And me
that-
too, Bruce. We are bringing heaven to earth. August
Exactly.
3rd. Be there.
Heaven in New York City?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Where it all
Bruce,
started for us.
thank you again, my friend. Thank you
I
so
want to let me just thank our audience, because
Yes.
if you're paying
Yeah.
attention, then you're also part of
We're
that
so
awareness,
happy.
the awareness that we're going through a process. And the idea, if you understand the process, you can come out of this thing living that life that you can only imagine. A life
Empowered.
is wonderful, beautiful, and loving, and healthy, and happy. Why? You are the creator. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, well, that's what the 6 hours is going to do, is show you how.
God bless.
Exactly.
Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce, for your time. Mitchell, everyone
Alan.
watching on New Realities and everywhere else.
As
And,
always. Exactly. Thank you. And we'll see you soon, Bruce.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for the invitation to
Of
let me
course.
come there.
God bless.
And we'll see everyone
We'll see
watching
all of
in New
you.
York City.
That's right.
August 3rd, New York City. We'll see you there. Thanks
See you
again,
soon.
Bruce. I can't
God
wait to
bless.
just hang out. And we'll do that. Thanks,
Exactly.
Mitchell.
Thanks,
Thank you.
both of you.